Hi, Ishaan. Welcome to Starting Early, a
Hello.
podcast by Next News Entrepreneurship Club. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good.
That's great.
Okay, let's get started. So, Ishaan, you are the founder of Vidya.AI.
Yes.
Can you please tell all our viewers how are you changing the modern education systems with Vidya.AI?
Okay, to answer that question, we first have to go back to what problem statement we're solving. So a common issue in India with all these municipal schools is that there are large overcrowded classrooms. So in Dubai, we have classrooms of maybe 20 to 30 people, which is at max. It's not that big.
Yeah.
Whereas in India, we have 40 to 50, maybe even 100 people per classroom. And so the issue that arises is that the students are not able to get the individual attention that they need from the teacher because there's only one teacher per classroom. So rather than hiring a second teacher, which is extremely impractical, we've decided to build VIDYA.AI, which empowers students with artificial intelligence and to bridge the gap in education. So how it works is that we include speech-to-text technology, where a teacher may record a classroom using a microphone, whether on their phone or a laptop or whatever device that suits them. And they upload it onto our interface, and our AI, which uses the transcript from the audio recording, combines the textbook of the chapter they were teaching to create an accurate and detailed summary.
Okay.
And that's not just it. It also has adaptive questions and many more features to come. And so the way we're changing modern education systems is that we're trying to embrace the teacher and student connection. So like I mentioned earlier, students are not able to receive the attention that they need. We use these tools like Vidya.AI to help students connect with the classroom better and to maybe catch up on work they did not understand too well, to fill the gap that teachers are not able to fill with the students' needs just because of the classroom infrastructure. And we provide these resources to these students so that they can progress further in their learning journey.
Okay.
And also, build the future and understand the topic better. So, yes, that's what Vidya.AI does.
Okay, that's amazing because I have noticed myself that, especially in India, with such crowded classrooms, it is very important that students get that specialized attention for learning so that they can better develop in their education. Now, Ishaan, you mentioned that all those schools, those municipal schools in Pune or in India that you're visiting, they are obviously very different from schools here in Dubai.
Sure.
So I have to ask you, what was the biggest reality check that you encountered when visiting those classrooms?
Okay, so I visited two types of classrooms, one in Pune and one in Mumbai, and I'll just talk about both of them because they're two very different classrooms. So the one in Mumbai is the NGO that I'm working with. When I visited the classroom, the first thing I noticed is that they did not have notebooks. They do not even have a textbook in front of them. And this may be due to the school infrastructure. They do not have enough notebooks to give to these students because there's so many students in each classroom.
Yeah.
And so that means that students are not able to write down. They're not able to recall what happened in class. And this was shocking because in Dubai, everyone has notebooks for each subject, especially in Jumeirah College. They give notebooks for science, for English, for math. We have stacks of books. We have so many textbooks that a school provides, even laptops, TV screens. Whatever resources that we need is already readily available to us in just a matter of minutes. But with these schools, they have so little. All they have is a chalkboard and a teacher and a bunch of desks. And so, of course, it's extremely difficult to learn. Students cannot progress that well in the classroom. And of course, between both classrooms that I visited, the classroom size was huge.
Okay.
There were 50 people in the school in Mumbai, and the one in Pune actually had 100 students.
Wow.
And you could see a lot of missing desks despite being such a large classroom because a lot of students are not able to visit these classrooms, maybe due to issues they have at home, maybe with their family. Transport is so difficult for them. And so that just makes it even harder for them to progress and, of course, learn in the classroom. They miss a topic, they cannot go back because the Indian system is so fixed. It's such a fixed curriculum that if you're behind, you're stuck behind. And that's what I was trying to fix with Vidya.AI.
And I'm very curious to know, what was the reaction of students when they first explored your technology?
They were in awe. They were struck. So when I visited the school in Pune, I actually did an introduction of myself and gave them a bit of a lesson of what AI really is. Because a lot of these students have never heard what artificial intelligence is, despite it being such a popular tool in modern society. And so when I gave them the assembly, when I gave them the speech, students had a variety of questions as what does AI really do? How does it really help us? And they were just so amazed by what AI can actually do. It's basically like a superpower. When a student has AI, they can do basically anything. And when they realized this, they were extremely excited to see how their education could go forward. I remember one of the students came up to me and said, I'm really excited to build with AI.
Wow.
I mean, did he really understand what AI was? Maybe, but it's the excitement that counts. It's what he really wants to do in the future. And so that's what really inspired me to work forward even more. Upon seeing these students' reactions and how they're working towards their goals and their need for education, it just made me understand why Vidya.AI is needed even more in these classrooms.
And are there any specific subjects that Vidya.AI is likely to replace?
See, that's a very generalistic statement. I don't see AI as something that could replace other jobs or roles. I see it as a tool to progress the teacher and student relationship. There's no specific subject that you can really tie down to, but what Vidya.AI actually does is that it helps the teacher because AI can only go so far without human intervention. It is at the end of the day, we need a teacher to teach the classroom. That's how AI progresses. AI is a tool, a companion, not necessarily something that replaces each other. And that goes for not just teachers, but so many different careers as well. When AI is being used, it's not used as something to, replace them, but actually to increase productivity, to help them achieve their goals. And so that's how I vision AI as in these classrooms.
Okay, it's pretty amazing to listen to the whole journey of Vidya.AI because personally, when I discovered it, I was actually very thankful that something like this has been founded because I know that there is a problem, there is a gap that has to be solved. So great job that you're doing with Vidya.AI. I really wish it a lot of success. Before we end, Ishaan, I have to ask you, for all of our viewers who are our age, what is one advice that you'd give them to start early?
Okay. Just ask. It's communication is actually key. So a lot of people are scared to ask this school or scared to ask this partner said, hey, listen, do you want to work together? Because people are scared they may say no. But rejection is only progress. They feel this inertia to even go and progress in this business world. And I'll give you an example of mine when I was starting Vidya.AI, right? I needed a few audio recordings from a few lessons. This was before I worked with these NGOs.
Okay.
To train the model to understand how I can really make this a better system. And to do this, I actually asked my teachers if they could record a classroom. And that's not really allowed. That's breaking rules. Entrepreneurs are meant to break rules. We don't comply to these simple rules like, okay, just because they're not allowed to record doesn't mean I won't ask. And when I asked them, they said yes, they were very happy. I gave them my pitch. They understood what my vision was, and they had similar ideas and goals. And so when I was able to get the recording, I was able to build the system. I was able to refine it to make sure it's aligned with these classrooms. And when I showed it to different schools, when I asked more schools saying, hey, listen, look at my tool. This could seriously help you in your classrooms. A lot of them said no, of course, but a few of them said yes. And that's how I moved on from there because I wasn't scared to ask. I kept asking and I kept moving forward. Whereas the person who's scared to ask, who's scared to communicate, will be at the same spot. They're held by their own personal barrier. Is that right?
That is very, very motivational, I must say. Finally, for our viewers, is there any way that they can follow your journey with Vidya.AI, LinkedIn, Instagram?
Yeah, sure. On LinkedIn, I do occasionally post my progress on Vidya.AI and anything I'm working on.
Okay.
So yeah, they can follow me on LinkedIn. I have a lot of posts there and a lot of more information about Vidya.AI. And so they can even reach out to me via email if they have any questions.
Okay. Thank you very much for being on the show, Ishaan. And I must say it was very inspiring for all of our viewers. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.